mentor is cool. I like Bob. He's funny. We get along pretty well. This is my first summer being here, and we learned quite a bit. I did a lot of installs in houses. We do repair. It's been really fun.
Typical day is, first thing we do is we come in the morning. We pick up our first job. I have Isaiah call the customer, let them know we're on our way. It could be anything from a trouble to an install. We really don't know. Every day is different.
What was happening is the telecommunications industry, because of the internet and all of the work and explosion of the economy due to the internet, was causing our workforce to explode as well. And we couldn't find qualified people fast enough. So we realized one of the things we had to do, other than recruit off the street, is to actually start some programs where we're reaching out to students who may not otherwise know about our industry.
The program was developed primarily for kids who have completed their junior year in high school. The kids come onto the property and are immediately made IBEW members.
This is a very important program for Verizon because it enables us to improve the quality and the readiness of our new employees. It enables us to work in direct partnership with the union, and it allows us to be involved in the community.
From a school district standpoint, by getting involved, it's that application of learning, it's that excitement generated about accomplishing something, and I believe it allows some students the opportunity to further their education because they realize, hey, what I'm learning really makes a difference.
Next one? Yep.
We had like a lot of fun. Like you got a chance to get to know somebody really good, like riding around with them, you know, going to different places, experiencing different things, and just thinking that I'm doing something, I'm fixing something with my hands, and I can say, I did that, I fixed that, you know, and that feels good to me.
They say one of these went bad, then it would run off of this. If they're in parallel, so these should carry everybody in here until then, and the engineers decide how many shelves we should have.
Education has always been one of the strongest trademarks of the IBEW. That's why we've taken such strong notice of the School to Work program. It gives the student the opportunity to decide a good career path for himself as well as working in a good union environment.
It's a very busy time of year in the summer, and I've seen that it's actually improved our productivity because the mentors actually have help on the job, and the kids are being very productive. It's a great way for them to spend 8 weeks of their summer. They get paid, they make new friends, and they get to see what it's like working for a corporation and being in the union.
The mentor recruitment is done by the union. We wanted people who were good union members. We wanted people who were good with the young people who would be able to communicate things to technology and union values to the students.
I get involved in the mentoring. It's like giving back to the community what I've already received. Keep it going, another 5 feet. I think it's unique because the kids get a taste of something that they probably wouldn't have gotten into through the normal summer job programs. Being a service technician, we get into businesses and they see what it's like to work inside of some of these other companies. All our tools are up to snuff and ready to go.
The purpose of the Labor History Day in this program is so that everybody, mentors, students, company personnel, school personnel, have an appreciation for the people who came before us and for the work that people did to ensure that we have the benefits that we have today. There's a little exercise where the kids are actually put on an assembly line, and the assembly line is sped up, and some people are laid off.
What is going on? Look at these people standing here. Am I paying them to stand here?
It's amazing to see how much people put up with, to see just how hard everyone worked to give us what we have today.
A lot of people out there now don't realize how tough it was and how good we have it, you know, so it's just it's an eye-opener.
This lap is taken and thrown into the card.
Being down here with the students and seeing all this, it's just been a great experience. To go back to see the strife and the plight of the working people in the United States has just opened my eyes and even made me appreciate more what I have.
There have been a lot of different benefits for the school to work, the partnership that we have. And for the company, I think one of the key things is that it really gives potential new employees, young people, an opportunity to see what our job's like in the telecommunications industry. So we expose people to our business, to our company, to our culture, so they have an idea of what is it like to work at Verizon or Bell Atlantic. It also is good for our employees because it gives them a chance. We have a lot of really good, talented employees. It gives them a chance to think about their jobs and what they do and how they can train people and how they can bring them along.
I think it's important for union members to get involved because it's kind of the concept of leaving the ladder down. There were people when we were young who were there for us, and I just think it's important for union members to be able to pass a little of this knowledge and expertise along to the young people coming up today.
Learning how to help the customers a lot, and it changes every day. I mean, when I worked at Market Basket, I was doing the same thing every day. I mean, today I could be down in the underground with Joe somewhere, or tomorrow we could be up in somebody's house, and it changes every day.
What the program did was reinforce the values that they learn in school. Some of the values they learn would be teamwork. They are exposed to it in school, but in this case, they really had to practice teamwork. Problem solving is another one. They were faced with problems every day that they had to work through with their mentor and with the team. Work ethic is also taught in school, but again, it's reinforced through the internship program with IBEW and Verizon.
As many times as a teacher or an educator can stand up in front of a classroom, when it's reinforced by the employer, it makes a tremendous connection between the school and the workplace, and it just reinforces things that we say as educators that is going to be important when you're working.
Verizon started looking at its communities and realizing that they could recruit students into some of the jobs where they needed folks. The first thing we did after that realization is approach the union and ask the union to partner with us in this program. Verizon knew this program wouldn't have been anything like it is without that union support.
When I hear partnering from management, I feel good about the relationship because cooperation is needed if we're going to make any program, any joint program work. This particular program gives us both, labor and management, the opportunity to go out into the community and meet the workforce of the future.
Well, it helps the community in general because, again, they see their children going to work for a company like Bell Atlantic, and they take pride in that. And they see that it's a union job, and there's a security behind that.
I got involved with the mentor program because I really thought it was a really, really good idea for kids. I wanted to get involved because there were a few women coming, young girls, and I thought it would be good for me to show them that you can do it too.
I wish more people did because it's fun. It's an experience, and that's what life's all about. I mean, you don't want to do the same thing your whole life.
I would say to other educators, if they're given the opportunity, jump at the chance. The program, I think, from the students' value was very valuable. And I think any time that we work together, business, industry, and the schools work together to educate our workforce, I think everybody wins.
I think this is a great idea for other unions to get involved in this. It brings the students in. They get to see what we deal with, the problems we run into, what we fought for.
You know, the thing that mattered to me the most was maybe I can make a difference in a young person's life.
Someone like myself would want to get involved in being a mentor just to show the future generations how important it is for unions, good paying jobs, and to have the skills, you know, social, technical skills, and it's really, really important. Something like this reminds you, hey, you know, someone out there doesn't know what you know, so back up, be patient, teach them, and They keep my blood young. I had a lot of fun.
When you ask them why they want to come back and why they're so turned on to employment at Verizon, the number one reason they give is because of their mentor. The mentor really made the difference.
And it's not only the mentors. Everybody in the garage has kind of adopted them too and looking out for them and talking to them. We started out with maybe 5 or 6 mentors, and now we're getting a lot of interest. And I just hope that this program continues, because I'll tell you, to make a difference, like I said, in a young person's life, that is probably one of the biggest rewards of my life.
Union and management help to develop and enhance a meaningful alliance. We really have something we can deliver. There have been a lot of good programs, but have they all really been a documented deliverable? In this case, we have one.
Yep. First summer, I ended up with the majority of the students on my crew. I had 5. And at first, I thought that would be a handful. But the mentors did such a good job with these kids. They would make sure that in the morning the kids were on time, and it was effortless for me.
You know, as long as you need a skilled workforce, and you have your current workforce that you have enough respect for, enough confidence in, that you are willing to let them teach the next generation of employees, you are building the workforce of the future. And there's no one better qualified to build that than the people who are currently doing the work.
We just happen to be in the communications business, but this program is applicable to any unionized industry. It's the relationship they build, the mentor-mentee relationship, that helps with their skills later on, and hopefully we will bring them into the company as future employees, and they'll already have the background and they'll want to stay with us, and I think any company would want to do that.
If one was to stand back and look at that and say, who owned this project? I would say the IBEW owned the project, because those people are the ones who made it happen. I appreciate the Verizon management for allowing it to happen, and I'm very happy that our school district agreed for it to happen. But without those mentors and without that approach, I don't think the program would have ever gone off.
The students came back and they told me, and this is a quote, I couldn't believe all the things I learned during the summer internship.
I'd recommend going into the mentor program for Bell Atlantic Verizon, because it's a great opportunity to learn a lot of things and like what you actually want to do in life.
I think the mentor program for Tyler at the Bell Atlantic Verizon was a really good idea, because it gave him some direction. This has helped him have some direction and to know that there is something out there that he really likes to do that he never would have had the chance to try without the mentor program.
These kids are great kids, and they're all going to make themselves good someday, but this here just gives them an inside shot.
I'm loving it. I mean, it's better than any other summer job a high school kid could hope for. I mean, you work during the day, you have your nights, your weekends off. I mean, you work with wonderful people, and you learn something that you can use for the rest of your life.
I would just like to say I had like a lot of fun. Summer's been great, you know what I mean? Taught me so much. Now I can go back to school and tell everybody I was in the union and what we did and what we went through and so much experiences. I mean, I just didn't sit home all summer. I did something that made a difference.